It was
Oh,
awesome.
here's the deal. The south of France is very special. Um, yeah, we were like, are we doing it wrong? We're doing it wrong. Just the amount of time that they take to do everything,
Hmm.
the way they connect with people. They're just, I don't know, we never felt like the clock was ever ticking, ever. Granted, we're on vacation. We have no responsibilities while we're on vacation. But my sister and I are pretty perceptive, and we're just like, people are engaging in life with a
Hmm.
different sort of rhythm underneath them.
Hmm.
And I don't know whether that is that they know most everybody in their community, or it's just the idea of the food that they're eating, or I don't know. I don't know.
Well, the
But
priority is different. Here, the
I
priority is
think so.
get it done so we can make more money and keep moving and achieve. And over there, the
Yeah.
priority is why don't we sit and relax and have a lovely Sunday dinner and take all day
Yes.
doing it?
And it felt the same way, whether it was like preserving. My sister and I would just sit and drink little espresso,
Yeah.
just as you would assume people would do on the corner of the cafe and the thing.
Yep.
And we'd watch life go by and you'd see the workmen. And, I'm sure they're disgruntled just like we are. But the idea that they're going to this old railroad post that's working as like a little step in front of that cafe, and they're not just going to demolish it, they're going to try to save it, refurbish it, or repurpose it. Or
Yeah.
so there's just this sort of everything is worth something.
Yeah.
You're not going to just disregard and throw away everything. That I love the idea of that. I also think the way they speak of
Do
World
you
War
speak
II,
French?
like, no, my sister was able to speak enough to get us through. She took 4 years in school, and so she could. We did say bonjour to everyone just to say, hey, I see you. We want to try your language. And then if they went into a full discussion, our eyes got the size of quarters. They're like, ah.
Were they
And we're
nice
like,
to you?
yes, they were. They were very kind. Um, but yeah, the idea that they speak of their history in a way that feels really present. So, I think you would speak to this with your experience in Rwanda. It is fresh. The horrors of World War II are still fresh for them. So the idea of coming together as a community to help each other, heal each other, this word preserve just kept going through my head. That I think that's what they still live off of, whether it's their grandparent or an aunt or uncle that can still like harken back to that time of tragedy where everybody had to come together, do their part to make the day happen.
Yeah. And the
I
difference
think
too is
that
it
they're
happened
still
on their soil.
correct.
We haven't
Right.
had that experience. So,
Mm-mm. I
right.
mean, the Civil War, but that was
Yeah,
our
but
own undoing. Um, yeah, but the beauty of it is, man, it is so. We did truffle farming. So we would look for the truffles, right? With these Labradors that would dig and we'd find them. And then
I
you'd
thought
go
it was
right
pigs that
inside.
found those truffles.
There are two kinds. So you can train a dog or you can train the pigs.
Huh.
And this particular farmers, most of them in the south of France, they want to live with their dogs, right? They love their dogs. So, and then you just go in and they'd start shaving the truffles for you and then pour the truffle oil over the bread and you'd eat it right then and there. And you're just like, this feels holy. I love every bite. The foliage was gorgeous. And then at a certain point, my sister and I were all, man, a lot of things that are growing in the south of France are growing here, whether it's the vineyards. They had tons of California pop. Well, I guess it wouldn't be California poppies in France, but California poppies were growing there, the lavender. And so when we brought up, some guides were asking us where we were from, and we said California, and they said, where exactly? And we said, Northern California. They said, oh, yeah, where you guys are, near Lake Tahoe, into Napa Valley. We call that the Little France of the United States. And
Um,
we were like, oh, we took such pride in that. We were like, we live in the little France of the United States because the soil is similar, the temperature is similar. So what they grow there is very similar to what we grow here. So yeah, I feel real proud about where I live right now. And the shows went great. The people we hung with were great. Playbill puts on a really beautifully curated, slow, right? So it's not that casino playing, drinking, ha-cha-cha cruise. It's very much a slow experience that I think my little spirit needed. And I loved every second. But yeah, I traveled 27 hours yesterday. So I
Ugh.
feel a little like, what's happening? Who am I? What time zone?
And you got along well with your sis?
We did. We were great. To go away with a sibling or someone who you love that you usually see in their parent, wife, got to get my life and all the shit that's going crazy in order mode, to take them out of that mode and just be girlfriends. Oh, we got to be silly. Yeah, the no responsibility thing with girlfriends is really special. And I don't think I've been doing enough of that in my life.
Mm,
You do that. Your
I do it a
coven,
lot.
you and your coven do it a lot. I think that's important.
My
Yeah.
sister-in-law and all my girlfriends surprised me on my birthday and took me to a like a wellness spa.
Hmm.
And we all got pampered. We got red light treatments, and we went
Oh,
into this
sure.
like cryo freezer thing that was like
Oh.
140 below. Like your brows and your eyelashes turn like frosted, and you have to wear like stuff to cover your hands and ears so you don't
And
get
what's
frostbite.
the benefit of the
I
cryo
don't know.
something?
It's
What is that?
supposed to do something good, gets rid of all the inflammation. And then it was like, the red light sauna and the red light bed, and then the leg squeezy thingy while you have a
Oh,
red light mask. Oh, it
sure.
was really fun.
Oh, good.
And my sister-in-law, who is hilarious. Hold on, let me show you what she did. She's so funny.
She made you a playbill?
She made me well, she made me more than a playbill. Hold on. God damn it.
Ear
I
holes.
hate these ear things.
I do
She
too.
made me like, a fake Tony Award and wrote a musical called 60 the Musical.
Oh my
And inside the
gosh.
playbill, everyone had like roles and every like she she wrote a song called What I Did for Shmoo because for my son. And then and everybody wrote like who they
Oh,
were.
that's
So
so special.
so Sebastian's in the ensemble, Michael is the swing. Um my my mother was a lifelong audience member. Um Magda is like the leading lady's confidant. Like, I mean, just went on.
That's
Like,
really
she was
special.
my understudy, like trying to bump me out. Caroline's my co-producer. Like all these people. My girlfriend
I
Jen's my
love
personal
that.
astrologer, and they all wrote bios. I mean, it was so cute. It
I
was
love that.
so cute. And she's just she made everybody like robes. She's my sister-in-law is I don't know. I don't know how to describe my sister-in-law.
But the love and the time that it took, how
I know.
special.
It was really, really fun. It was really, we had a
That
great time.
is
And
really
I was
fun.
like, Michael, what is going on? Because nobody would, Magda was just like, just be ready. And I'm like, well, my dancing shoes? Am I dressed up? She's like, no, just come in sweatpants. I was like, So I was like, Michael, tell me. He's like, I'm not telling you anything. And then after he's like, April's so scary. April's my sister-in-law. He's like, she would just send me text and I'd be like, yes, ma'am, whatever. Yep, okay. And just do whatever she said because April's
Aye,
the
aye,
boss.
Captain.
And whatever April says, we just got to do because then if you're late, she'll yell at you. Oh man, it was so funny. It was
Oh
really
my
fun.
gosh. And that was Mother's Day on
No,
your
that
birthday?
wasn't no, it was the day before my birthday. Yeah.
Day before. Okay, day
Yeah.
before, day before.
Fun. So you
Perfect.
weren't home for Mama's Day.
No, that was the whole beauty of it. When this offer came across my computer, I was sitting with my sister and Sebastian, and he's like, "It's over Mother's Day. You two go. Disappear, disappear." Now, my sister is waiting a grandbaby, like at any moment. Her second daughter, Kennedy,
Wow.
is pregnant with their second child,
How old is
and
she? The daughter.
she's 24, 25.
Wow. I can't believe she looks
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah. Kayla's 31. She's expecting her fourth child. So that should come at the end of July or August. But we were counting down, and 3 days before we were going to take off to France, Renee's like, I don't know. Kennedy's mucus plug is coming out.
Oh,
Things are effacing.
Jesus.
I was like, oh no, oh no. But yeah, Kennedy kept the baby in this whole time. And so now we're just on baby watch. Grandchild number 5. Can you
Wow.
believe? I
No.
know. And
So
Renee's only
so
2 years older than I
Vivi's
am.
Vivi's cousins are actually
Grown ass adults.
her
Yeah.
second
She also,
cousins.
no.
So the little kids her age though are her second cousins. They're her
Yeah,
cousins. babies.
Yes, she's in this kind of weird in between because my sister, there's a huge gap between Kayla, who's 31, and
Right.
then the two younger ones, that 13 going on 14 and 15 going on 16.
Oh,
So
okay.
those are still my sister's kids as well. So first cousins to
Oh,
Vives, and she feels like siblings to them. And then the second. So we call them the bigs, the middles, the littles, and the itty bitties. Yeah.
my
And they,
God.
yeah, it's a clan. And we really are like, if somebody's doing anything, 20 of us show up and we're like, woo, whether it's a horse
That's
show
fun though.
or a
That's
talent
awesome.
show. It is. Yeah. We make noise and we
That's
celebrate each
really
other.
nice for
And
kids to have that.
I
Really nice.
think, yeah, I think Vivi will always appreciate that, especially this time in her life. Yeah. But I'm feeling woozy and catching up on all of the Broadway madness. So much is happening.
Oh, it's exciting, huh?
It is. It is exciting. When do you kind of put on your fancy garments and head out?
I still haven't decided what I'm wearing. I have a couple of
No?
choices. I'll send
All
you some
right.
pictures. You can tell me
I
what
would
you
like to
like
see.
best.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then yeah, it's gonna be fun. Michael and Seb are both gonna come with me. Seb's actually getting his suit fitted right now.
Oh, fun. Are Tony tickets still like 15, $1,700 a piece?
We sat in the balcony because in the balcony there were 800 a piece.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
since I had to buy three, but the orchestra was
Yeah,
like
I think.
$2,500 a piece.
Oh, holy smokes.
It's ridiculous.
Holy
So there's no way I could
smokes.
do that for three of us. Like,
No,
I'm not doing
no,
that.
no.
So yeah.
But here's the deal. If y'all do win, when your category comes
Well,
up,
what I'm
will
going to
you
do
make
is
yourself down to the
before
orchestra?
my category gets called, I'm going to go and
Yeah.
stand in the back of the orchestra.
Yes, you are. Yeah. Because you better
Oh,
to the
I'll be up
front if
there.
they call Schmigdo. You better.
Don't you mean when?
Yeah, exactly. I'm sorry about that. When? Mm-hmm.
When they call a schmigada.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm
Yep, yep,
excited.
yep, yep, yep. I always forget the
Do you know
fatigue, though.
Sam personally?
I do. I
Oh, good.
first met him when we would do the sleep outs for Covenant House.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
He was a huge advocate of that. In fact, I don't know if he still does it, but to celebrate his birthday, he usually puts up the website for Covenant House and says, if you want to get me anything, please donate to this incredible organization.
Oh, that's
He's got a
sweet.
huge, huge, huge heart. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know if you knew him, and I figured you'd be too tired, so I just wrote the intro.
I'm really grateful. Yes. Yes. I've got lots of good questions and I'm ready to engage, but yeah, it took me a while to figure out what's happening right now. Because let's see, France is 9 hours ahead. So yeah, it's 10:30 at night,
Yeah, so
my
you're
system.
tired.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening. But everything's good
But
here
try
and
to
we're
stay
moving right
awake as
along.
long as you can,
Okay.
don't you think?
Yeah. I got in 11:50 last night and I was able to sleep 5 hours. So by the time bedtime rolls around, I shall be ready for sure. But we jump right back in. Girls got two birthday parties this weekend and rehearsal for a recital. And, you got to wake up and be a mom whether you want to or not. So
Did I
here we
send
are.
you one of these? Be
You
kind
did, but it never
of a
arrived.
bitch.
Do you remember?
What?
It never arrived and you were upset, but you said you sent me one. I just never got one. I know. I love it. I love it. And
Now
was
I'm
it just
upset.
last year for your birthday you went to the beach and had a cupcake, or was that 2 years ago?
No. Well, the very first time I ever did it was 5 years ago.
Wow.
So my 55th birthday. And that was when I made all the promises to myself and started doing my
Mm-hmm.
thing, and everything
And
happened.
and the things are happening.
Yeah.
Is there anything exciting, Miss Producer, for like next year? Not to jump ahead and not
I
live in
have
the
looked
now.
at a few
Sam is
things.
here.
Oh,
Sam is
Sam
here.
is
Oh my
here.
gosh.
Sam
Sam
is
is
here.
here.
Where's your Sam is here.
Hello.
Hi.
Oh, first of all, you have a wall of fame behind you.
Oh my gosh, that's so embarrassing.
No, it's not.
I
You've
have
earned this
I have a
stuff.
lot of clown paintings.
Did you
Why?
paint those clown paintings?
No, I love clown paintings though.
Really?
I do, yeah. I feel like, first of all, it's really nice to see you guys. I feel like I need to start with a round of apologies.
Why?
So, well, I didn't bring my computer with me, so I'm on my iPad, which means my choices are to look blind
Right.
or
Or,
be vertical.
and now this is a new thing. I'm not a content creator, but apparently the verticals are, or I'm already
They're the
like far
thing.
years behind.
Oh, they're the thing.
Is it
Vertical
4 years behind?
shorts.
Yeah,
Vertical
vertical
shorts. Been around for
shorts.
a while. Yeah.
Well,
So is this okay? Am
Yeah,
I
you're
it's,
fine.
Oh
are
my
you
gosh.
kidding? But I do have to know about the clowns. Is it just, are you going against, you know what I mean? Against the grain, Sam, because you're edgy and unhinged like that?
No, I just really like clowns, and I especially like tragic oil paintings of clowns that like from a thrift shop. So I just have this isn't my home, to be very clear. I would have neither my show posters or clown paintings in my home.
Okay.
Okay.
Did you
But
ever
is this
see
your
the
room at the Lyceum?
This is my little room at the Lyceum.
Yeah.
Did you ever see the TV show The Good Place?
A little bit.
Okay, well, one of them, like their hell was their whole house was decorated in clown paintings.
Oh,
Hello,
So,
friend.
there you have it.
it's so nice to see you.
Oh my gosh, I think in person, maybe I saw you sleeping out on concrete. When's the last time I saw you for Covenant House? I don't know.
It's been like probably a few years,
It has,
which is
Papa.
crazy.
Well, now you're everywhere.
Somebody's been busy.
Come on, you know.
I'm just trying to have a nice time.
You're you're eking out a living, right?
Right, that's right.
Yeah. That false humility. I don't like it.
Um, on an amazing vacation. Is that true?
Yes, I did have to sing for my supper. I'm not gonna
Okay.
lie. But when these sort of adventures or opportunities come up, I look and I go, where are they sailing to? And it
Yes.
was the south of France.
No.
And so, come on, the Provence and Burgundy region of
Yeah.
France. So I will happily hawk my wares on a Monday night on
Yeah.
a slow river cruise ship
Yeah.
to have that free vacation and
Yeah.
then, a little bit of paycheck at the
Yeah.
end. But yeah, it's a nice way to see the world,
Yeah.
and the way you're treated is beautiful. And man, I was just telling Mary Lee, I do think we're doing something wrong up here well, we're
Mhm.
doing a lot of things wrong here
sure.
in the United States. But the goal to living in these areas is just like, how can we get back to that?
Yeah.
Where the day-to-day enjoyment of living and existing, that's it. That's the whole goal.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
It's a
it's
whole other thing.
Happiness is eating a
well.
croissant. Happiness is drinking beautiful wine. We'll get to that later. This is our podcast, by the way. It's like a moth in a cathedral. It's like all over the place.
My God, a moth in a cathedral is so good.
That's it.
And Mary Lee, it's nice
It's
to
really nice to connect
you,
with you too.
meet you, connect with you, all of that. Moth in a Cathedral is incredible. I do
That's
feel like your clips from your podcast always show up on my Instagram because I am
really?
in fact probably the target audience. And it's always like, oh my God, people that I love. Like
Yes. We're just so lucky to have you. We reached out for Oh Mary, but oh my God, all of y'all were just
Yeah, so
buried in show business last year.
no memory of that time, to be
No,
honest.
of course you don't.
I was
Fever dream.
blacked out.
All right, all
All
right.
right.
I'm gonna
All right,
read
all right,
your
all
little
right,
intro
all right.
and then we'll just jump right back in.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, ready? Today's guest is a theater worker, a risk taker, and a rule breaker. Sam Pinkleton is a director and choreographer whose work pushes the boundaries of traditional staging. Known for experimental and deeply collaborative approach, he spent years building a reputation for directing celebrated avant-garde off-Broadway and regional shows. And then he achieved critical acclaim for directing Cole Escola's Oh, Mary, earning both a Tony and Drama League awards. Earning both the Tony and Drama League awards for Best Direction. Some of his extensive movement credits include Significant Other, Stephen Sondheim's Here We Are, and his explosive choreography for Natasha, Pierre, and the Great Comet of 1812 garnered a 2017 Tony nomination. This season, he has injected that same risk-taking humor, authentic energy into the Tony Award-nominated Rocky Horror Show at Studio 54. His work was recognized with the 2026 Obie Award for Best Directing for his off-Broadway productions of Ta-Da and Can I Be Frank? True to a career defined by artistic pivots, he lives by the words of his own Tony acceptance speech. Quote, make what you love, not what you think people want to see. Please welcome Sam Pinkleton.
Yay!
Welcome.
Do that first line again, because I want to call him this forever. A risk taker, a something maker,
a theater maker, risk
dream
taker,
maker, risk taker. Won't you mess around
with me, a heartbreaker.
And I don't know if that was Cher or Elvis or what.
It was both. It was both. I want to just call you at 3 o'clock in the morning when the demons are out to ask you to read that intro to me out loud. Because
yes,
you know what? I'll email it to you, and you can pin it next to your bed.
Well, let's go right there.
It's really hard to believe that you have.
Me too. Not that you're not human, but what can I ask personally? What do your demons say?
Oh my goodness! Here we are. Nice to see you. What do the demons say? I mean, I would love to find somebody who does a version of what many of us do without those demons. I think that my particular demons are. They come and go, but sometimes they're like, you are letting us down. I don't know who us is. I'm a people pleaser. I think sometimes the demons are like, you don't belong here. Definitely sometimes the demons are like, go back to Brooklyn where you belong, you dumb gay guy. As I'm like, making a Broadway musical. But like, and I feel like I've had enough therapy and I enjoy what I do enough. I really, really enjoy what I do that I'm able to be like, hey, demons, pull up a chair, diva. Like, I'm not going to say that you don't exist, but we're going to exist together. And
yeah.
Here's a red clown nose and a hat. You feeling serious now? I don't think so, demons.
1,000%.
Well, I think the more you try to push those things away, the harder they fight back. So I think pulling a chair up to the table and inviting them into the conversation, going, thanks for the input. Not going to really take that for now. I think it's better off,
And they also remind me that I care,
Yes, right. Like, you're not complacent about what you're doing at all. Yeah.
So I welcome it.
But what I love about you too, I didn't realize this, that you started school for musical theater, but then you shifted in musical theater to do a directing program. And I don't know I know a lot of directors that studied acting and wanted to be on stage. And then later in their lives, they figured out, oh no, here's my skill set, or I'm better doing this. How did you recognize that at such a young age? Because when you're in an MT program, sometimes it's so saturated that you can't find another path out, but you did.
Totally. It was I would say there were a few things. There was always this like tiny little hum in me that wanted to be a director and a choreographer. I always had a kind of lust for facilitation and leadership. But I didn't know that could be a job. Like, I'm from Hopewell, Virginia. The fact that we do any of this was like not even in the picture for me growing up. So I didn't know that you could like study directing. I just thought like you want to be in theater, you go to musical theater school. And also I like loved musical theater. And
so did you go to the theater a lot when you were a kid? Did your parents get you into theaters, or was it just sitting at home watching the Tony Awards and trying to watch whatever you could?
It was definitely sitting at home and watching The Wizard of Oz every day. That's healthy. Every day.
I want to hug you so hard right now.
I watched it every day for like 10 years, guys. Yeah. That was my friend. I will say I still have an incredible grandmother who, from like a very early age was like, we participate in culture. Like we go to museums, we go to the theater. She took me to the theater. She took me to the community theater. She like drove me an hour to the city where the national tours were. So it was definitely a thing that I saw and loved. And I was able to fall in love with theater as a child, despite living in a place that that's kind of maybe a little surprising.
Yeah.
Um,
Is she a grandma, a nana, a mima, a nona?
well, I'm Greek, so she's
Oh, she's an
a yaya.
Oma. Oh, she's a Yaya. Of
Yeah,
course. Is
yeah.
Yaya so proud of you?
She she is. She is. She totally is. I mean, I think, there's so much about show business, and I think particularly what I do, that if you're not in it, it's like, wait, what is it? Are you,
Yeah.
like there were many years where like I was like, I did a show, and they're like, but who are you in it? And I'm like, let's not get into it.
Yeah.
Uh,
My
but
mom still is like, she can't believe I wasn't on Friends. I was like, Mom,
totally.
that's not how it works.
But I'll say, like, I mean, and I think Stephanie, I assume we share this way, like there was definitely a thing about winning a Tony
Oh
Mm,
that
yeah.
for
Right.
those for like my family back home was like, oh, maybe
yeah.
it isn't a phase.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's so that was in some ways like the coolest part of that, actually, was like it signaled that perhaps I'm serious about this crazy thing that I've been doing for a really long time, often for absolutely no money at all.
Oh my gosh. All the while, in the grand scheme of things, there's only been 79 people in the existence of theater to win Best Director. Like 79
Yeah.
people.
I didn't know that. That's so wild.
Isn't that wild? You're
That's really,
one of that. That's a pantheon, my friend.
thank you, my friend.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. Let's jump into
I
first
We've
want to
things.
talk about Rocky Horror, but
I feel better than I felt in days.
Oh,
So
my notes. Oh, good. Our job here
I
is
want to get
done.
to Rocky Horror. But first, we have to talk about Omari. We just
Oh, yeah.
have to.
Yes.
Because I loved that show from the moment I walked into the theater with the stupid music playing, and I was like, "Oh, okay, I get what I'm in for. Awesome!" And you know exactly what's going to happen, and you sit
I
down in the
didn't.
seat.
Am I
Oh,
stupid?
I
Because I
felt it
didn't.
just from the music. I was like, "Oh, and the set because the set. I don't know. I just knew I was going.
you're like,
I knew exactly what I was in
I
for.
I'm
didn't.
So I
I'm
got to
a
like,
home of idiots.
yeah, I got to
Sam,
buckle up and just enjoy the ride. And I just, first of
have
all, I
you seen multiple
freaking loved it.
Marys, Mary Lee?
No, but I
I've only
really
seen
want to
Cole.
come. I've only seen Cole, and I want
Yeah.
to go back though and see Maya. I think
And
she would
they
be
were
amazing.
astonishing. Like
Amazing.
the amount of feeling or stream of consciousness they could show us in one frigging beat. It was incredible to me.
Yeah.
But there were times I was smiling. I was like, I don't know what's happening, but I can't put this smile on.
It's
And there were
genius.
moments where I was laughing and almost felt guilty for laughing, if that makes sense. I don't know what that emotion was about. And then I walked out of there and immediately wanted to see it again. Like
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. I mean,
immediately.
did you read that script and just say, "This is genius. I have no choice but to do it"?
Or
I
did you
did.
know Cole
Yeah, I knew
beforehand?
Cole. Cole and I kind of grew up in the gutter together, and we were around the same age. We moved to New York around the same time. We did a show together downtown like 14 years ago that I choreographed, that Cole was in, this like amazing deranged musical about Madonna and Britney Spears that we love very much. So I always knew and kind of was in awe of Cole. I saw Cole perform at Joe's Pub a lot. Like we did a lot of uh, swimming in the same scuzzy streams. Uh, and but then, like, whenever that was, I guess probably 4 years ago now, I got an email completely out of the blue that said Cole Escola has written a play about Mary Todd Lincoln. Would you like to read it? And I think I said, I don't even have to read it. Like, I know
Right.
that I want to
Yeah.
do it. I'll clear my schedule. And then I read it, and it's the first and to this day only time I've ever laughed out loud reading a script. Um, and the play evolved a lot in our collaboration, but the big idea was definitely there. Like it was the thing that we know. And Cole and I chatted about it, and the thing that we really were chatting about was our like deep, deep love of like 70s regional theater. Like when you see like black and white photos on the walls of like the
Oh, yeah.
McCarter Theater of like Three Sisters, and you
Oh,
see it
yeah.
and you're like, you know that production was 7.5 hours long, but
Yeah.
all of those people felt like they were in something so important.
It was the
Yes.
peak,
Oh,
the
yes.
peak of their career. Yes.
Yeah.
I
Totally.
was one
Yeah.
of those, I was one of those stupid people. I mean, it was the 80s, but every local production, you're like,
Yeah,
nobody has ever done it as good as us.
Yeah.
completely.
No.
Nobody.
Yeah.
And that
Yeah,
we're just a little secret tucked away in Fullerton, California. But my God, if anybody could see this, all of our lives would be changed.
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And
But
Yeah.
did
we have such a love for that, and that really like spawned how we made the show, how we designed the show, how we approached the show. Was
But that's why the show works because
right.
you have to take it as seriously as they took those. That's
oh,
why it works, because it was so clear that everyone was taking it
yeah,
completely
there was
seriously.
no wink to
It
the
was
audience at any
perfect.
time. No, 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 no,
Perfect.
That's
no.
a very high compliment.
Did you think, or did you both think, that it was going to be able to translate as well with different actors and actresses coming in to play Mary? Or did you feel this was so like crafted for Cole? Who knows, because now there have been how many Marys? Seven?
Oh, a lot.
We're on 9.
Whoa.
Yeah, yeah.
So, what was the first one in to replace Cole was
The
not
amazing Betty
Titus.
Gilpin.
Yeah,
Oh,
Betty Gilpin.
she is
The
amazing.
greatest, the
Yeah.
greatest, the greatest. Yeah.
And then
But a lot of
Titus.
Broadway debuts too, which
A
could
lot of
be a
Broadway.
little scary for a
Yeah.
director and a playwright. So what does that look? Every time you put in a new Mary, what does that look like for you? Do you do hands-on or does stage management take over?
It continues to evolve. I mean, to answer your first question, when we made the show, we always say this, and I think people at this point probably don't believe us, but like we really were just like, we're doing this for 8 weeks with us downtown, which honestly, we couldn't believe we got to do that. Like we would have done it for $1 for 2 days.
Right.
And so no one said Broadway until well into the downtown run. No
And
one.
who was the first producer that saw it and went, uh-huh, Broadway?
Well, our our commercial producers are incredible, which is a sentence that I don't say a lot.
Yeah.
Carly Briglia, Mike Lavoie, Lucas McMahon, Kevin McCullum, they really like let us do the thing we wanted to do the way we wanted to do it. And they in no way were like, maybe if it's successful or something, like not at all. Like not at all. Which, because like we've all felt that. Like, what that feels like, where it's like, oh God,
Yes.
they're like looking at us, crossing their fingers, hoping we don't screw it up so it can go make money.
Right.
It was not the vibe at all. And the show really, it was this like runaway hit downtown. You couldn't get a ticket. It was crazy. And we were in this position of like, well, we want to keep showing it to people, but we don't have any seats to put them in.
Mm-hmm.
And there we talked about a lot of different ways for it to continue to exist. And I don't remember who said it, but there was a moment where someone was like, what if we did a very limited run on Broadway? And I think Cole and I both were kind of like, that's insane. Like, that's insane. And let's just name it. It's greedy. Like, no. Like, we can't bring our like dumb gay play where somebody drinks their own vomit to the place where like Aladdin is playing.
Can I ask, did it feel like Broadway was not artsy, fartsy, edgy enough?
No, I mean, listen, like we both love Broadway. Like I made a lot of my career on Broadway. It just felt like when we were downtown, like it really felt like a downtown show. Like it just felt like
It felt like pushing the envelope just 1 inch too far is what it probably felt like.
And also, honestly, like I hate to be like, aw shucks, because that energy is often disingenuous, but I genuinely was like, who's gonna come? Like, it's so many
Everyone.
seats. Who's gonna come? And, I think in some ways the reason that we were like, okay, it'll be fine was like, it was a limited run in the summer. Like, some gay people will come, it'll be fine.
I did see a clip when Cole was on stage downtown announcing that it was going to Broadway, and they said, just to be clear, I think this is a huge mistake. I was like, oh my God. I really love them. I've never met them, but I feel like they're kind of a mad genius.
They are a mad genius.
Yeah.
And they're like a very kind, hardworking person, which is the best. Because if you're going to be in like a long-term relationship, it's better if it's with someone with a good heart.
Yeah.
But we didn't, I mean, when we moved to Broadway, we weren't like, and then somebody else will play the part. Like that came into the equation very late. And we all were like, how's this gonna go? I mean, we always had the amazing Hannah Solo, the understudy, who went on to play the part, who's a genius. But we didn't conceive it thinking that other people would play it. And I think maybe I got to this before Cole did. I would be curious how they answer it. But definitely there came a moment in the process where I was like, wait a second, this is just a good play. Like
Right.
Yeah, it is.
it's a
Right.
good play and a good part.
Right.
And I started to imagine, you know, my mother-in-law is very active in her community theater in West Lafayette, Indiana. And I was like, my mother-in-law could be in this in her community theater.
Yeah.
So suddenly I was like, wait, because I think when we started making, we were like, this is a crazy downtown thing. Blah, blah, blah. I was like, actually, it's just a play. It's actually very old-fashioned.
Right.
And I think once we started thinking of it as like, oh, it's a well written, I think hopefully well directed play with very good structure around it, it can hold anything.
And it is now in the UK, and you can go
Yeah.
on tour, and it's breaking box office records
Yeah.
with, hold on.
Who's your dream
Maya.
Mary? Who's your dream Mary?
Oh, dream.
Oh my
Dream
goodness.
big.
I mean, every time I say a Dream Mary, it ends up being somebody who does it. You know, like Maya Rudolph was my Dream Mary. Meg Stalter has been my Dream Mary. Oh my goodness. You know who my Dream Mary was? Not to bring it down, Catherine O'Hara.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Yeah.
That I thought about
Dreamy.
Catherine O'Hara doing it forever.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. Yep.
She might have said yes too. Bet you she would have for a limited time.
There was a really amazing moment in rehearsal with Maya where I gave her some probably terrible note, and she just took a pause and she said, "What would Catherine O'Hara do?" I loved it so much.
And she didn't know the tidbit about you wanting to ever cast Catherine O'Hara? It
I
just
don't
came
think
out
I've
of
ever
nowhere?
told anyone until right now.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
This is totally off the rails, you guys, but Meg Stalter coming in, right? And so I love hacks, and I've always thought that Hannah Einbinder, is that the way you say her last name?
Einbinder?
Einbinder?
Einbinder? Yeah.
Einbinder? She always looks like Rachel Sussman to me. Don't you think they are the
She
same person?
totally looks like Rachel Sussman. Yes.
Every time I watch the series, I'm like,
Yes.
that's Rachel. That's Rachel
When the
Sussman.
Rachel Sussman Lifetime Limited series drops, get Hannah Einbinder.
We know who to
Yes.
cast.
Completely.
Is she on your producing team? Has she ever produced something that you've done?
No, but I love her.
I know.
I love
She's
her and I
smart.
admire her, and I especially love that she brought liberation to Broadway, which I love so deeply.
Yes.
So excited.
Yes. Oh man.
Yeah, that was a
okay,
great
sorry.
play,
That was a
too,
left turn,
Liberation.
but I was trying to connect the dots, and I was like, I was just watching Hacks, and boy, does she remind me of Rachel.
Totally.
Well, let's connect now to Rachel. Let's talk about Rachel Chafkin. How did she know you? So when she's staging and putting together Comet of 1812, legend has it, it was just a phone call, and she's like, "Can you expand this for me? Can you stage some things for me?" What's your relationship with her?
There is like, unfortunately, a kind of NYU downtown
Ah,
theater
the
mafia
network.
of
Yeah.
a certain group, a certain generation of directors. So I've known Rachel forever. I've looked up to Rachel forever. I love her. And I saw Great Comet at Ars Nova and like loved it and admired it and had a great time and drank too much vodka, and that was that. And then I think I actually ran into her somewhere. And it was very much kind of at the beginning of my like career, where I was like, I don't know if I'm a choreographer or a director. I just want to work. And she was like, hey, we're like gonna do Great Comet again, and it's gonna be a little bigger, and I think there might need to be like a tiny bit of movement. Like, would you want to talk about coming in? And I was like, of course, but it was very low impact. Like the ask was very low impact.
Okay.
And then over the next 3, 4 years, however long it was, we did 4 different productions of it that went from like 12 people to 20 people to
Yeah.
that
I saw it
ended
in the tent. What version was that when it was kind of downtown in a tent? Oh, we lost you. I
Went
think
out.
you hit your mute button.
You just hit your
Turn
mute
yourself
button.
back on.
You hit your
that
mute button.
microphone.
There it is.
Yes. Okay, so
Oh.
I'm going to go back. So I saw it in the tent,
Yeah.
downtown in the tent. What version was that?
That was the first version that I did.
Okay.
The second version ever.
Okay.
And then we went to ART and it got bigger. And then by the time we got to Broadway, it had 30 people in it. And like
Yeah.
dance breaks. And the show that was the show, like I loved making the Broadway version of the show. But from a staging point of view, it had almost no relationship to the first time I encountered it. It just, I mean, it was this incredible collaboration with Rachel of just kind of growing it and growing it and growing it and just trying to
Yeah.
stay honest to the root of it. Um, yeah.
That's nice that you said that with the family tree. Now, did they continue that with the sort of family tree so we understood who all the characters were? And I
Oh
too
yeah.
drank a lot of vodka and meatballs. Did the
Yeah.
vodka and meatballs also carry into ART?
This is so sad to say. I mean, first of all, thank you for asking about a show that I love so much that I don't talk about very often because I did
Oh,
it
I
so
love
long
it.
ago. Um, we had dumplings the whole way. There were dumplings on Broadway.
Oh, it wasn't meatballs? I made up that whole
I think
story?
it was dumplings.
Okay, all right.
But
I
there
ate a
also
lot of
no,
them.
but there also was a version like when we did it in the tent, we were basically running a restaurant. Like
I know. I
because there
remember.
was there was like I remember like borscht spilling onto gowns.
Oh no.
Um
Could
so
have been
yeah,
me.
it was like a wild it would have been a wild experience no matter what, but it was an especially wild experience like to have towards the beginning of my career.
Yeah.
That was my first. Is this true? Yeah, that was my first Broadway musical as a choreographer, which is like bananas.
And then you
Bananas.
get your Tony nomination
Come
for it,
on,
right?
right off the bat. Well, not right off the bat because you had been like nonstop
Yeah,
right from college. You
it
never
wasn't my
stopped.
first Broadway show, but it was my first Broadway musical, and I did come out of that feeling like, well, I'm like, give it to me. Like I have staged the war, so
Right, right. Now I
um,
can take on anything.
totally. But it was a really joyous experience, and I love Rachel and treasure her collaboration.
When you are a director, what does that even look like when you are vying for a project? Does an agent still call you and say, "Hey, this upcoming season or 3 seasons from now, they're looking at this. Do you have any interest in?" Or do you come up with things now as a Tony award-winning director and say, "I'd really like to do XYZ. How do we make this happen?" What does that look like?
I want to ask every director I admire that question because I do think it's kind of mysterious.
It is mysterious.
And I assume everybody has a different answer. I mean, for me, I'm excited to do things that I've never done before. I'm excited to do things that scare me. I'm excited to do things that surprise me. After Oh Mary blew up, suddenly my inbox was full of irreverent
Mm.
gay historical comedies.
Oh,
From
there are so many out there?
it
Question
is
mark?
it is a cottage industry. It's crazy.
Wow.
And with love, I was like, that is the last thing that I want to do. Like
Well,
Right.
number
Of
you've
one,
climbed that
course. Of
mountain. You
course.
climbed that mountain, and it's as best as it's gonna get.
and
Right.
and I would be like I've said to writers and producers, like I'm the last person you want to do that because
Yeah.
it's going to be judged against this other thing. Like
Yeah.
so, sometimes things come my way the old-fashioned ways. I definitely there are things that I want to do that I haven't done. I mean, I want to believe that I'm just getting started. There are artists who don't work in theater who I am obsessed with, who I think could offer something to theater. So in some ways, I'm like, oh, I'm very excited about, musician X and have an idea and want to
Mm.
chase after them. Um,
Did the Rocky Horror come to you via Scott Ellis or Roundabout, or did you
Rocky
post that?
Actually, Rocky Horror started as a production at ACT in San Francisco.
Oh,
And when the great Pam McKinnon took over that theater,
yeah.
came to me and she was like, I want to do a big crazy musical that like blows the ceiling off the place. And we were like, that's obviously Rocky Horror. So I was made this big production for the Bay Area. I cast it almost entirely with the Bay Area. We were 3 days from starting rehearsal, which was to be on March 17th of 2020.
Oh
Oh
man.
gosh.
Okay.
So I went through the whole, I mean, truly like the rehearsal room was taped out. And it was so it was this like crazy thing to mourn because like I had the whole show ready to go.
Yeah.
Mm.
And then when the theater reopened, we couldn't do Rocky Horror. We couldn't get the rights. Maybe I'm not supposed to say that, but lovingly I don't care. Uh
Yeah, we're 6 years out now, so
we couldn't get the rights, and I think the reason we couldn't get the rights was because there was this threat of doing it on Broadway. And
Oh.
through a lot of really serendipitous acts of show business, I found myself talking to the Rocky Horror overlords, the amazing Howard Panter in London. And,
oh, Trafalgar, of course,
oh yeah, of course they love you.
of course.
I found myself in an office with your face on in it.
I'm sorry.
Yes, yes. Yeah, I mean they're like that's
Oh, they are
yeah.
mammoths.
And between them and the great Scott Ellis, who like truly, for whatever reason, has like believed in me without apology or doubt my entire career. It is like that guy is so astonishing in his
He is.
ability to champion other artists.
Mm.
And I didn't get to do Rocky Horror in San Francisco, but I did get to do it on Broadway at Studio 54. But it was like an 8-year journey, y'all.
Yeah.
And did the
So
Yeah.
vision change much? The vision that was in your mind for that San Francisco production, and when you finally got it to Broadway, had it changed a lot, or were the bones of it all still really the same for you?
I think the guts of it are
Yeah.
identical, if that makes sense. Like
Yeah.
what it feels like, what it means, why it matters, like all of that, all of the like spiritual stuff, I think is the same. It
Mm.
looks completely different, it moves completely different. You know, I think would have been foolish to not let Studio 54 as a building and this
Inform how you were going to do it.
totally.
Yeah.
And also, frankly, I there was a part of me that wanted to kind of start over because the San Francisco one, it didn't get to happen. And those actors didn't get to do it. And I didn't want to just like I didn't want to just like pack it up and move it to New York. It's like where we were in 2020 and where we are in 2026 is basically two completely different worlds.
Yeah.
So I felt like I had all of the stuff inside of me about what Rocky Horror is and why I love it and why it matters. And I should just trust that and kind of start over, if that makes sense. So like the fire
Totally.
is the same, but the thing itself is completely different.
And
Yeah.
it's a risky one to do because that show is so beloved. And
Oh,
people
I've
have
read.
such strong associations with that show that it's really risky because a lot of people don't like change. And so you could go in and make a lot of people mad
Yeah.
with doing something new with that show.
I mean, it's also quite liberating though, because it is. I mean, Rocky Horror is like the Parthenon of expectations. Like
Right.
it's just like it comes with so much baggage. But there's also something liberating because you're absolutely right, Mary Lee. Everyone has strong feelings about it, but often those strong feelings are like in contradiction to each other. So it's like,
Mm.
oh, well, I can make you happy, but if I make you happy, I'm going to make you really sad.
Right.
Like it is actually impossible to please everyone's hopes for that thing.
Right.
And that of course like ruins the good boy, good student, people pleaser in me. But it really liberated the director in me to be like, okay, y'all, we just have to make something that we love, that we are proud of, that we feel like we can offer to people, that embraces this wild, messy,
Yeah.
beautiful thing that has endured for 52 years.
Yeah.
But like we can't try to please everyone because we will make something that sucks.
Yes. And because a lot of the memories, I'm speaking about playing Liza or playing Cher. So many
What a
people-
sentence.
Well, it's so dumb, isn't it? But their love of them, it goes hand in hand with whatever memory, where they
Yes.
were, who they were sitting
Right.
with. And I can't fulfill any of that for you when you were 27 and
Yes.
saw her at the palace
Yes.
and
Right.
that's not in the script, that's not in the score. So it was an impossibility. But I hear you. And at the stage door, people would be like, oh, but you didn't address XYZ, or oh, how come you didn't? first of all, not in my control.
Yeah.
Secondly, none of your dance cards, nothing, everything wasn't going to be checked off anyways. So as long as you're true, like you said, to the root of it, to the core of it, and doing the very best and pouring all the love and respect that you can, then those fans go, okay, what I did feel was
Totally.
she wanted to honor this woman that we
Yes.
all love,
Yes.
not the specifics of their life
Yeah.
or their
Yeah.
career.
Well, and
Yeah.
the same way, I mean, you're not an impersonator, you're an
Mm-mm.
actress and an artist. And like, I feel very lucky. It's so crazy that you're saying this, Stephanie, because you actually are the person on the planet who understands what I've been through more than anyone. Other than my friend who wrote the new Star Wars, who also was like,
Oh my
girl,
God.
let me tell you about expectations. But no, it's like it's the same thing. It's like if you got up there and just tried to hand them the thing they know, it would be the same thing as if I just tried to recreate the movie, which I could
Yeah.
never do as well as the movie does itself,
Right.
which you could never do as well as watching a video of Liza.
No,
Right.
never, never, never,
And
never.
so the task becomes like honor the spirit and the essence and love it and offer something new, but it's wild. I mean, I can't imagine those expectations.
Oh, well, no, you are,
I
and you're
can't, I mean, yeah, no,
living
I've
it.
lived that.
But the word that you're using is spirit, and that's exactly right. Like I have not had the privilege to see it yet because I live 3,000 miles away. But when I am late night scrolling and going, "Oh, Broadway, I remember you," but I would see the images, like the photos of your cast, or what Studio 54 looks like, and the spirit there is like bouncing off the page. So when you came to rehearsal, how did you explain this design to people? What was the aesthetic that you would explain? What came out of your mouth when you were pitching what it needed to look like and feel like?
Yeah, I definitely wanted to not apologize for being on Broadway. I think there's a way that, the Rocky Horror Show is not necessarily intuitive as like a Broadway musical.
Mm.
Like it's 13 people, it's like nasty and gnarly and has very jagged edges and doesn't always make sense. Um, but I wanted to embrace the scale of doing it on Broadway without smoothing out the edges. Like I think
Hmm.
a sure way to kill the material is if you try to make it too tidy, to make it too Broadway, for lack of a better phrase. So the puzzle in approaching the design was like, how do we use this massive palette, this incredible, beautiful room in Studio 54, which I know you've played.
I love it.
I love it. How do you make the person in the back row of the balcony feel as included in the experience as the person in the house seats?
Yep.
And how do you embrace that scale, but do it in a way that feels DIY, that feels
Ah,
punk, that feels
yeah.
handmade in a way?
Yeah.
So the amazing, amazing design collective Dots, who I work with a lot, they also designed Oh Mary. They we talked about like we wanted to make something really analog. Like there's no video in the show. There's not a lot of automation. We wanted that feeling like when you see a musical or when I saw a musical as a kid and there was like scenery, like
Yes.
there's a
Yes.
big staircase.
Yeah.
And so,
Lumbering and painted and
yes, yeah,
yes.
That's
there's
sort of
like
what
big
Schmigadoon did too.
scenery.
Schmigadoon brought
Yes,
all that stuff back to like
yes,
the basics,
yes.
Hmm.
which is really charming and wonderful to see again,
Hmm.
Well,
because it's
it's
gone so far.
like something that like insists on being theater. Like all of
Yeah.
these people came to this place to sit in a room with strangers. I do not want them to feel like they are at the movies. I do not want to feel them to feel like they're experiencing something they could experience at home. So
Yeah.
that became about making something really tactile,
Yeah.
making something really environmental. We've transformed the entire building, the bathrooms, the lobbies, the bars. It's a fun house in there.
Wow.
And
How do you keep them not singing along and doing the
Yeah, I was going to ask, are
dances?
you having problems with people jumping in and throwing things and doing, because they've been sort of conditioned
They have
that
been
that's
conditioned.
that's what they're supposed to be doing. It's
Yeah.
acceptable.
Yeah,
And
it's
yeah.
it's definitely it comes with the territory. It's part of a culture. We love it. I definitely think it was you can't do Rocky Horror without embracing some element of participation and frankly some
Hmm.
element of like anarchy,
Hmm.
right? Like
Right.
of
Hmm.
like who knows what's gonna happen. We early on in previews, and I honestly think this is because early on in previews, the audience was like a vast percentage of like Rocky Horror diehards.
Cosplay, everything was coming through the
Yeah,
door.
it was an incredible energy, but it was like a tsunami of yelling that made it like nearly impossible to hear or decipher or even
Oh,
really
wow.
tell that there was a show happening,
Wow.
which I'll be honest, didn't feel awesome.
No.
But over the course of preview, you know, like you use your previews to learn about the show you made and make it
Right.
better. In the case of Rocky Horror, that was pretty extreme. And so we never wanted to say like you can't do this thing because like it's a thing that
Right.
it's part of the experience. It's part of what
It
makes
is.
Rocky Horror, and it's also just like fun as hell.
Yeah.
But we also like needed the actors to feel safe. We wanted, you know, I think a really delightful thing about doing it on Broadway is that like for every person who knows every word, there's somebody else who's just like on
Seeing it for the
vacation in New York seeing a show.
That's right.
Yeah.
So thrust your hips somewhere else because I'm trying to live this
Or
experience.
just like, you know, I did this thing in early previews and like I'm sure the internet hated me for this. I really feel proud that I no longer read what people say on the internet because the
Good for
internet
you.
is a toxic place.
Yeah.
But I you know, I did a little like hi welcome to the preview speech because like sometimes you have to do that. And I asked the audience to introduce themselves to the people sitting around them because like I just think it's like, you know, it's like my favorite part of going to church is like when you feel embarrassed and you have to like say hi to strangers.
Yeah.
But also I believe that if you put a face to the people around you, you're gonna maybe not ruin their experience. And you can ruin somebody's experience by screaming along, but you also can ruin somebody's experience by shushing them.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, and I like, so in fact, like, I love the participation in Rocky Horror. And on the performances where there isn't much of it, I really feel like it's missing something.
That's a delicate balance, brother.
Totally. But I also, like, I refuse to say this is not allowed. Similarly, I refuse to say, here's the 3 things that are acceptable, because then you just have an assignment and you're
Right.
trying
Yeah.
to get you're trying to get an A+.
Yeah.
I'm more interested in the really challenging, complex, juicy thing, which is like, what if we just thought about each other? What if we read the room? And sometimes that might mean that the room is like, oh my God, we're all yelling. This is so fun. Yes. And sometimes it might mean like, oh, I'm surrounded by people who are really trying to listen and I want to listen with them. But, you know, nuance is not super popular in 2026, you guys.
No, it is not.
So that it's been a journey, but it's a really fun one, and it makes every show feel completely different. And the cast, I just like I have to shout out our cast. They have really found the most incredible ways of playing with the audience of like whatever they throw at them. And Rachel Dratch is
It's a
like
genius.
she's a genius, and like
Mhm.
she's like it's like watching like an Olympic skater as she navigates and improvises and like adds all of these things depending on what the audience gives her.
Because she breaks the fourth wall right away, right?
She's talking directly to us.
Yeah, so that's the invitation right
Yeah.
there that we're in this together.
Yeah.
I have to again go left field because when I was in the south of France,
Oh.
I learned where read the room, where that term came
Wait, tell me
from.
this. What?
Really?
Yes. So back in the day, oh, did I lose you all? Back in the
No.
day, there would be anterooms before you would go into the bedroom of a marquis or whoever was running the township. And believe it or not, bedrooms served far more than just sleeping. They would have meetings in there. Peasants would come and, you know, talk about livestock or complain. But there'd be an anteroom and you'd have to wait in the room. And every inch of that room would be painted. And whether you choose to have musical instruments or gods or flowers or whatever. So the people waiting in the anteroom before
Would read the room.
they would read The Room.
This is awesome.
Isn't that great? Looking at every detail, and time would go a little faster for them.
Yes.
And depending on, there were different rooms. Some were more boring, some had less vibrant paint. And depending on your stature or if they cared for you or not, was the room that you would essentially wait
That's
in.
awesome.
But
Wow.
isn't that fun? Yeah, I love knowing that little fact. So you used it
Oh,
and went, I'm going to sound right smart. I'm going to sound so smart.
I love this moth in this cathedral. I just
I like to think you're a bit of a moth in the cathedral too, because before it was announced, I was like, oh, I'm going to ask him because he's always sort of like beautifully punk and unhinged and freaky. Would he ever consider doing like a Annie, get your gun or a ka? And here we are with your good man, Charlie Brown.
yeah, I mean, I love musical theater, you guys.
You're a
Like
nerd.
I'm a total nerd.
Well,
Yes.
welcome to the nerd
Yes.
platform.
I'm a total nerd. And like I fell into this not from seeing like avant-garde work. I like fell in love with this from seeing literally Annie Get Your Gun. Like, so, I was like a show tune kid. I was like
Yeah.
a driving when I was 16, like listening to Cast Out, listening to like Steel Pier.
Oh, God.
Um, I'm
Chenoweth.
so not cool, and I'm proudly not cool. And so I love musicals, and uh, there's so many kind of so-called like traditional musicals that I'm obsessed with and would love to do, and like frankly would love to like. Sometimes people are like if I'm like, oh yeah, I'd love to do, insert a traditional musical, and they're like, yeah, what would
Yeah.
you do with it? Like, what are you gonna
Right.
do with
Right.
it? And I'm like, oh, I just would do it. Like, what am
Yeah.
like? I don't. Are they all supposed to have shaved heads? Like, I just want to direct the show. Like, it's like
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
um,
When is that happening?
I'm doing Your Good Man Charlie Brown at
Hmm.
Encores at City Center in uh it goes up at the very
February?
beginning of February, yeah.
February. Yeah.
And it's the
And
original 1967 version. It's the
Oh,
60th
wow.
anniversary.
so no Andrew Lippa new score
No,
bits.
no, the gay
Okay.
people are going to take to the streets.
They might,
They're going to take to the streets. We're not doing
but
philosophy. I just feel like I
Really?
love what Andrew Lippa did with that show so much. And like, it doesn't get better than Chenoweth doing that song.
no.
So
No.
let's listen to that cast album and celebrate it. And we're going to do the original 1967
I
version.
mean, it doesn't get more analog than You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown. How many people in that whole cast? 8, 9,
Six.
6? You've got a lot of stage to fill with 6 people and two-dimensional sets.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, Sam, that's exciting though.
I'm really excited about it. I'm really excited about it. It's a heartbreaker of a show.
Yes, it is.
I love that the old is new again and that analog is kind of making its way back again because it just feels, I don't know, maybe it's an age thing, because I just turned 60. So when I love the simplicity of some of the stuff that I'm seeing happening now, it
It's
makes me
tender.
really happy because
Well,
it's like getting back to basics and reminding us like, because we're so distracted all the time. And so sometimes when I sit in that theater seat, which to me also feels like church, I want to just be swept away in the feelings and falling in love with characters.
That's
And
right.
I don't need all the stuff right now. Like I just want to be here. And I
We are
love that feeling is coming back. And I think
we're
it's really good
living
timing.
we're living in a time where we're just constantly manipulated
Yeah.
by
yeah, that's
everything.
right.
So
Right.
when you
It's
can sit
exhausting.
in any sort of place where you're like, I'm here of my own accord, I'm
Yeah.
going to see a show, the feelings that are bubbling up are literally just happening because it's organic. I'm not being, fed and forced to feel a certain way.
Right.
That is a beautiful space to be in. I think
Yeah.
we're getting more and more desperate for that feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah, and as the robots continue to threaten to take over, I continue to kind of double down on
Yes.
creaky and impossible about theater. It's like, oh, I want to make it more analog. I want to make it more handmade. I
Yeah,
want to make
because
it less
theater is the place where AI is not going to take over, right?
completely.
We can make people appear in the movies, but you
Yeah,
put them on a stage. You have to be a live human
you have to
being
be in the
doing the
building.
thing on the stage.
Yes,
And that's amazing. That's never going away.
totally.
Mm, mm.
Guys, we love it.
Well, we
Guys,
do
I don't
love
know
it.
where this
Such
hour went.
nice.
I'm a little
It's an
mad at
hour
time right
already.
now. Yeah, we only got the 6 minutes with him, and we've got other things to ask. So hold on. Oh, here's another left one. Are you ready for me?
I'm ready for anything.
Do you know Tony Kirshner? You have to work together. You
Wait.
guys look like brothers. Right? The author.
Oh, Tony Kushner.
Yes.
I so
Do you know him? Do you have an in with him? You
yeah.
guys must collaborate or you have to play brothers. Have you stood side by side and looked at each other in a mirror?
Wait, are you talking about Tony Kushner who wrote Angels in America?
That's correct.
You think we look alike?
Oh my dear God, I'm pulling up an image right now.
I no, I have never gotten this. I love this.
Oh,
You
yes,
know,
no. Take off
Tony,
his facial hair.
so I have a lot of weird connections to him because my sweet husband, Andrew Russell, his first job in New York City was as Tony Kushner's assistant.
What?
I know.
Okay,
Um,
I'm looking right now. Okay, well,
I mean, we're definitely both like gay guys with
you're
glasses.
definitely in the same family.
Hey
Fair.
Do you
guys
know
with
what I mean?
glasses.
In the Hannah Einbinder film about Rachel Sussman,
Yes,
I
okay.
could play Tony Kushner.
Okay,
Yeah,
fair enough. Audience, well, this is not
we'll
great
take
light.
it. I'm very flattered.
Yeah, the nose structure is a little different.
Yeah.
Oh my
I
God, did I just see glasses and go, oh, they're the same person?
I
That's not fair, is it?
I'm highly flattered. Also, Tony wrote the film Lincoln, and
Oh, right.
Tony came to see O'Mary very early in the downtown run with Steven Spielberg and Sally Field, and no pressure. And he was so generous about it, and I think has come back like 7 times. He
Wow.
facilitated a talk back with Cole and I during the like crazy Tony time. Like he is weirdly like the creators of the very serious important film Lincoln have
Oh,
become
wow.
like the biggest O'Mary supporters. Steven Spielberg was just here for the third time to see Maya.
Wow.
It's very, very sweet because like they could be like, you've tainted and decimated our beloved history, which we
No,
to be
because
clear we
it was a cavalcade of stars coming. I haven't seen that since Dear Evan Hansen. Do you know
sure.
what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Beyonce was showing up. It
Yeah,
was just
sure.
one fancy famous person after
Yeah,
another.
sure.
And also expressing their love for this sort of humor. I guess I'm going to go back to I did not know what to expect because it was kind of a brand of humor I could not define. It was you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I felt like I was seeing something brand spanking new that I
But
was like,
that's what I loved about it. I felt like it was moving Broadway in a new direction and like melding
Mm.
it with something new and different and irreverent. And I think it's good for Broadway. Like that's a good thing for it to happen and to do
for
it
sure.
so simply, like like you said, like really analog. And it
Mm-hmm.
just worked. It just
Mm-hmm.
worked.
You're a
And it kind of
genius.
changed some of the fibers of Broadway, I think, and
That's-
and open doorways for new things to come in.
I certainly hope more than anything, I hope that it has encouraged 27 other weirdo writer, director,
Mm.
writers to allow themselves to think big.
Yeah.
Yes.
So instead
And
of
to
saying
think of
that they have to fit themselves into that mold, they're creating the mold, and Broadway is in expanding to embrace that mold. That's how
well,
it felt.
easy. I mean, I saw a show last night, you guys. I'm so obsessed with the show. I just have to say the name of the show out loud because I love it so much and I want everyone to know about it. It's this musical called Whole. It's a
Okay.
two-person musical. If I told you what it was about, you would be like,
Is it
no,
WHOLE
it's
or
HOLE.
HOLE? Okay.
And if I told you what it was about, you'd be like, that's not real. And it's two people, they play all the parts. They're like standing at a table with like Foley props. Last night was last night. It's at Joe's Pub, but we are all going to be hearing about this musical for a long time. It is so filthy, but it also is like weirdly like a perfect book musical. And I thought
Wow.
this is the kind of show that I think 3 years ago people would be like, well, that's a great show, but it can only be downtown.
Right.
And I saw the show and I was like, put that show at the Helen Hayes. Like that
Wow.
show should be seen by the masses. And I just hope that like we're living in a moment of bravery when it comes to celebrating risks, because that's like
Yeah.
how Oh Mary has happened the way that it has.
Can I be real crass? What
Give
was
it-
the starting budget for Oh Mary Downtown?
Oh my, I actually don't know, but it was definitely under $1 million.
Okay. And when it moved at the Lyceum, do you know what the weekly overhead sort of?
I don't.
Because it's gotten so
It's-
out of control
it's-
now that it's like you want to remind producers really like critically great stuff, commercially great stuff can still be made for X
Under-
number of dollars and
Yeah.
tickets can still be affordable.
Yeah,
Like this can
our
still
show's 5
happen.
people on a couch.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Well,
I mean,
because if we keep producing shows for 25, 28, $30 million, the investors are never getting their money back. And those investors are never going to produce Broadway shows again.
totally.
Mm.
You're killing yourself.
Well, I also, I mean,
Interesting.
this is a way that I really value my, you know, I came up, I went to musical theater school, but I really came up through downtown theater. I came up through making things with like $50 and an IKEA bag.
Yeah.
That's
Full
right. That's right.
And I did that for many years. And I feel like actually nothing made me more ready to be a Broadway director than making downtown theater, because I think part of our jobs is like, we want to make a show that's going to run.
Yeah.
And that doesn't have to mean we want to like flatten our imaginations, but like the most imaginative work I've ever made, I made with nothing.
Yep.
Mhm.
There were many moments making Rocky Horror, which like it's certainly the biggest, most expensive musical I've ever made. It's not a $20 million musical by any means, but there were many moments where we were like, oh, we could do that, but why would we? Like, let's make it out of duct tape. It's going to look better and it's going to feel better.
And you know
Yeah.
what else? The most creative ideas and avenues come from constriction.
Completely.
Completely.
Yes.
If you have every choice in front of you,
So-
you don't need to be creative because all your choices are there.
Right.
But if you're constricted,
Totally.
you have to
Right.
think outside the box. And
You
have to
have this
like,
bench.
get imaginative.
Go.
That's
Yeah.
when the fun starts. Like,
Yeah.
because then you get 5 people in a room and everybody's like, ooh, how do we do this? And that's where the dreams like happens. That's how you
Yeah.
want it to be. Yeah, for sure. Anyway, I have one last question. Can you tell me something about your tattoos all over your hands? First of all, I love hand tattoos. I've always wanted them.
Oh my
But
God.
tell
they
me about
hurt?
some of yours.
Okay, I'm glad you asked about my hands because they are my favorite tattoos. I'm covered in tattoos and they all have something to do with either show business or death, which are the two major
Oh,
themes.
wow.
But not the death of show business.
I mean, honestly, sometimes I can't take the two apart. This is my most notable show business tattoo, which is this little seal with a ball on his nose. Which is
Yeah.
Oh, the coloring is
how I
amazing,
feel.
though.
But my hands, I want to tell you about my hands because I am obsessed with the writer Anne Lamott. Do you guys know Anne Lamott?
Yes, of course.
Yes, of course.
I thought I might be in an Anne Lamott crowd here.
Yes.
So when I was doing Great Comet, actually, a big challenge of Great Comet was like how huge it was. And during that process, I read Bird by Bird, which is her most famous book about writing, but it's also really just about taking things one thing at a time.
Yeah.
And it was a game changer for me process-wise, that book. So during Great Comet, I got these birds for Bird by
Oh.
Bird. And then last year, I had a really scary accident. And I had one of those things happen that like made me be like, oh my God, life is precious.
Mm.
And I went deep into Anne Lamott and I read Help, Thanks, Wow, which is her book about prayer.
Oh, I haven't
And-
read that one.
Oh, you're going to be obsessed with it.
Hope,
thanks,
thanks, wow.
Help, Thanks, Wow.
Help.
And basically, it's about the notion of prayer and how
Gratitude.
all prayer can be reduced, or all prayer can be essentialized to either a prayer of help, a prayer of thanks, or a prayer of wow. And it just like broke me open.
Wow.
And so now on my hands, I have help,
Help,
and thanks,
thanks.
because I feel like I'm always referencing one or both of them.
I love it.
So
Oh my gosh.
I feel like my hands look like very punk rock, but like actually they're all just like dedicated to like a nice lefty Christian lady from the Bay Area.
Who has dreads? Her little
Yes.
gray dreads. Yes.
But what are they? Hearts on your fingers? Are they all hearts?
The fingers are things that you would find in a slot machine.
Ah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Did it hurt like hell on
Like
your hands?
hell.
Yes.
Like hell. A nightmare. Dumb. If your child ever says, I want hand tattoos, disown them.
Yeah. Okay. Find a chubby part. Let's find a chubby part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
All right. We end. First of all, thank you for your time.
You
Your
guys are
magic.
best.
Oh my gosh.
It's
Thank
so
you.
nice to chat.
Thank you. Thanks for saying yes. We know everybody's schedule is totally wild. So
No,
thank you for
it's so
being
nice.
here.
And also, like, I love this podcast and I love that you guys do it because it feels like it just comes purely from a place of goodwill. Like,
thank you.
it's like, I don't feel like you're selling anything. I don't feel like you have any
Oh
kind
no,
of
Papa, we're in debt with these conversations, but
Yeah.
it's so worth it.
It's
You
so
know what it
moving
is?
though. It's
No.
just like, oh, like nice people talking about
Our
the
whole goal is just put light in the world. We will
amazing.
no focus on anything dark. It's put light in the world because the world needs light.
And the young people that are listening to these two middle-aged women, it's
I know.
kind of wild. Like
know.
it's really wild to us. So
Really
we feel grateful.
We
It's
feel
very
honored.
help, thanks, wow. Very help, thanks, wow.
Are you
Okay.
both in California?
No, I'm in
No.
Boston.
Okay.
Yeah.
Boston. But
Amazing.
I'm in New York all the time. I drive
Okay.
down like once a month.
But you're in California, right, Stephanie?
Now I am, yeah.
Yeah.
It's allowed us to say yes to some things, but yeah, sorry, listeners, you've heard this 1,000 times, but we thought Into the Woods would bring us back to New York,
Yeah.
and the kid just wasn't thriving there the way
Yeah.
she was here. So, we are watching our kid master a lot of things. We're also mourning some things, and yet it gives us a freedom to say yes to a lot of things and
Yeah.
no to a lot of things.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's interesting chapter, but it seems truthful, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Total sense. Amazing.
Seems truthful right now.
Yeah.
Those
Yeah.
years with the little one go so fast that you have to focus because those are the shape years. And
Yeah.
And I think you guys are doing a really wonderful thing.
Yeah. But if you need a middle-aged Lucy, I still got those notes, baby.
You have more notes
Okay,
than-
our five questions.
Okay.
Okay, if we were to walk into your closet, is there a garment or an accessory, something that you will never get rid of because of the memories that it holds?
I have a jacket that belonged to my mentor, Liz Swados. And she always kind of looked like she pulled her clothes out of the trash can, but they also were incredibly chic. And she had like pockets full of keys. So I have this jacket that I've had for years that I like sometimes visit and talk to, honestly.
Oh, I love that. Okay. This is because of your clown photos. If you were a clown, what would your clown name be?
Oh, I mean, my last name is so weird. I think my clown name would be Sam Pinkleton.
Do you know, Seb today, I was writing all these notes about you, and he's like, have you ever seen a fish called Wanda? Sam Pinkleton sounds like a name that Kevin would make up
Yes.
in that movie, a fish. Sam
love that movie.
Pinkleton. Sam
Yeah,
Pinkleton.
I have like a whimsical fake last name. So
Yes.
I'm already a clown.
Describe your absolute perfect sandwich. And I'm talking everything from bread to dressings, the whole shebang.
My perfect sandwich would be it would be a very, very simple I'm thinking about like a hot weather fish sandwich. I'm thinking about
What?
yeah.
She
Am I
hates
grossing you out with
seafood.
the notion of a
Yes,
fish?
She
that
hates
screams to me
seafood.
like food poisoning. That screams
No.
to me smelly, smelly
No,
breath, the
I need
whole
you to
thing.
I need you to imagine that you're in like a trashy beach shack,
Mhm.
and it's warm, and you can like see the fishermen, and
Okay.
it's like a delicious, perfectly toasted bun, and like a
Okay.
perfect piece of like
Is it a cod? Is it what is
no,
it?
it's like a grouper.
Oh.
Like I'm talking like I was raised by wolves in the Chesapeake Bay. So I'm talking like real seafood.
Okay. All right. You can still like crunch some of the sand when you're eating it.
Yeah, I'm happy to be the first guest to really gross everyone out with their
Yeah,
sandwich.
nobody has given us this. No.
Yeah. I also don't eat meat. So
You're a pescatarian?
I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. If you could wake up tomorrow with any power, Worldly or otherworldly, what would it be?
Oh, goodness. That responsibility feels terrifying to me. Um, I, uh, would there be a way to like have a superpower where I could like suck money out of rich people's bank accounts
Yes.
to solve incredibly solvable global
Yes.
problems?
Yes.
That is
Yes.
the
Yes.
superpower that I would have to do
Mhm.
that without consequence.
It might be called socialism. I don't know.
That's great.
I would like to be
Yeah.
socialism.
Yeah.
Okay, final question. If you were nail polish, what's the color and what's the cheeky little name of the nail polish color?
Oh, it's definitely like a silver metallic chrome.
Okay.
And it's a silver metallic chrome, and the cheeky little name is I just looked at this. I have this New Yorker thing framed of like a flop show, and I
Mhm.
just saw the words rock bottom,
Mhm.
and I would love
Oh,
a nail polish called rock bottom.
I
yes.
love that.
Oh, that would sell, actually.
Yeah.
Okay. All
This has
right.
been such a pleasure.
You're a dream.
I'm so happy to meet you.
You guys are the best.
Thank you. Thank you for your time. All good things, moving from one thing to the next. You're a hopper, man. You're a hopper.
I'm trying, y'all.
I love it. I see it. You're
Nice to
everywhere.
meet you both.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We're going to stay on and chat about you just for a little bit more.
Okay, great.
Okay.
Bye.
Happy Friday night. Bye.
Bye.
What a
Smart.
lovely guy.
Smart. Oh, yeah. And I think he said it, right? There's something about being that workhorse,
Yeah.
where he's done it all. He's done the downtown, he's done the regional, when you have just been of service to this industry for so long,
Mm.
you don't need all the bells and whistles there's a
Mhm.
beautiful humility to him. But I'm glad that he's getting um, these years in the sun, because you do see these building blocks and you're like, people are surprised by, where did you come from? Where did he come from? He's been working for 20 some years, like nonstop.
Yeah.
But, the ones that only show up to the critics pick shows, if the New York Times says it's a critic pick and that's when they show up, then you think Sam Pinkleton is new to the scene, when that's not the case. That's
Well,
not the
I
case.
also think like some of the sort of, downtown alternative kind of theater stuff, people who have never experienced it have an opinion about it, right? Or they think it's like something. And then that's what Oh Mary did, which was it brought that feel uptown and stuck it into your face. And you were like, oh, this is fabulous, And so I think that's one of the wonderful outcomes of Oh Mary getting moved uptown. Also because now everybody knows Cole Escola and Sam's name and
Yeah, yeah.
but
But pieces like that, for me, it was freeing, because it also, I'm going to use the word allows, but it allows you to laugh at stuff. It allows you to be a little naughty. It allows
Yeah.
you to be, and so you
There's a
walk out of
freedom.
there just feeling like a bit of a different person, because you're like, why do I feel so cool right now? Why did I get all those nasty jokes and laugh at it? Do you know what I mean? It afforded
Yeah.
you that opportunity
Yeah.
within a Broadway theater.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Well, that was awesome.
Yeah. He is a creative mind. And I love when people think, like me, go, oh, I know what his genre is. I know what his jam is. And then he's going to come and do something like as sweet and
Charlie
simple
Brown.
as You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown. So I'll be
Yeah.
so happy to see what
And
that
they'll be
lends
a big
itself to
draw
be.
just to see what he does with it
Sure,
too.
sure. Oh
Just to see
gosh,
that. I gotta
that's
see
got to
what he's
feel
gonna
like an
do with it.
expectation though too, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm sure. But it's a fact,
It is. Yeah.
and it'll also show the extent, the length of his creativity and
Yeah. The scope
because
of what he can
the
do.
scope. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
Scope.
Scope. All right. Thank you for this time. I really like him. I wish
I
him
do
all good
too.
things.
All right. I love you.
I love you too. Bye.
All right.
Sam Pinkleton to stage, please. Hey, you clown, get to stage. Sam Pinkleton, can we have you to stage, please? Sam, join us on stage. All right, definitely link tickets to, I guess, all the things. Oh, Mary and Rocky Horror.
Mhm.
And I guess they are selling tickets already for You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown at Encores the next season.
Wow.
Should we do?
Can we call it Help Thanks Wow?
Sure. You
Yeah.
kidding? That's great.
Okay. I think we should link to that book.
For sure. Yep. And maybe find a picture of Tony Kirshner and put his picture next to that.
I don't know if I can, but I'll try.
All right, that's all I got.
That's risky because if he thinks Tony Kirshner is goofy looking,
I know,
Yeah, that
but
was a
I
risky one.
didn't. But I get it. I've been compared to people that I'm like, I'm sorry, what? What now?
see
No, no,
that.
no, no. No, 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 I don't. All right. I am happy to write Christina's intro if you want me to.
Sure, thanks. If you have time and you want
Yeah.
to.
Yeah, I've
Great.
got this weekend.
So I'll do this one. I have not done
I don't know. Who'd we speak? I don't know.
Lapine. Jesus.
Oh, the pine. Okay.
I haven't done it yet, only because it's requiring that I have to do a picture in picture to block out our
Yeah.
Saren, our old, and I'm like, I just don't have bandwidth to figure out how
That
this
is a
works.
lot.
I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out though.
Okay. All right, Lenny, I love you.
right,
When
love
is
you
the
too.
one? It's Monday at 9:30 my time, maybe?
Hold,
Yeah,
please.
I think that's right.
Monday. Yeah, 12:30 my time.
Yeah, okay. All right.
All
I will
right.
see you then. Have a beautiful
All right.
weekend.
Love you. Bye.
Bye.